Let's try this again. Hello?
Hey, there you are.
Sorry about that. How you doing, bro? Good
It's all
morning.
good. Good morning. What's up, dude?
Not much, man. Just getting ready for the day, getting started. Woke up to a bunch of messages from some crazy guy talking about AAA last night. How he wants to talk
You're
about it, so here I am.
you're the one who was sending me a bunch of drunk text messages last night.
How did you know I was drunk?
See, that's how I know you're drunk because you texted me saying you're drunk.
Oh, okay, yeah, dude. I'm so hungover right now, dude. But last night was fun, man. AAA was crazy, bro. So yeah, it was
Yeah, it was
even
good.
more interesting because I was having some drinks.
Yeah, it was a really, really good episode. I just want to dive right into it, man. There
Mm-hmm.
was so much to cover. If I did a recap, I feel like I would miss out so many things. So, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we're gonna do the deep dive. What happened last night on Triple A's episode. But what do we start off with? We started off immediately jumping in with Dominik Mysterio and El Grande Americano just
Mm-hmm.
attacking each other, just straight up brawl in the parking lot, leading all the way to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then your favorite guy, Rey Mysterio, jumps into the ring and he pulls off El Grande Americano, not Tom. I
Yeah.
thought that was interesting. He was helping his son out.
Yeah, he was. It kind of did seem like Rey Mysterio was trying to defend Dom a little bit there. I did kind of, that did kind of cross my mind a little bit, but again, man, I'm trying to tell you, bro, something is weird about Rey Mysterio. Something is weird about that guy, man. He does some things. He does some things that makes me wonder about him.
Yeah,
That's your
I
that's your boy though.
I found it interesting because as soon as I saw that happen, I was like, Edgar's gonna say something.
Nah, I didn't pay too much attention to that. I was more interested to see or hear if they were gonna make any announcements or add a stipulation to their match. So I was really paying attention to what Grande Americano had to say. So I was like, here we go. This is gonna be something big, right? But it wasn't. It was just a promo. El
Yeah,
Grande Americano just said, "Oh, I'm gonna be home with my people," and that was pretty much it. I think.
I thought it was interesting just the way that Ray stayed in the ring and he mostly stayed on El Grande's side,
Hmm.
showing that I feel like El Grande Americano is a bigger threat because he has to, try to pull back El Grande Americano and not so much Dom.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. I thought we were gonna get something like groundbreaking, but it was still cool to see El Grande Americano come after Dom because we talked about this a little bit. And, we said he was going to be pissed off. He was going to come after Dominik Mysterio, and he did. We saw Rey Mysterio get involved, and yeah, he was holding back El Grande Americano. But we didn't see a Lojo, no Omas, no run ins. It was just the only run in was Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I'm surprised Omos didn't show up. I'm surprised they didn't, tease anything with that new faction within El Ojo and Dominic Mysterio. Um, I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know why. I was expecting Omos to show up at some point and just come break it up or attack El Grande Americano.
At this point, because the only person that we saw, uh, Rey Mysterio, was the only one that ran out, I'm wondering if we're gonna get a tag team match, Grande and Rey Mysterio, but that would be kind of weird because Rey Mysterio is a general manager. But then again, Rey Mysterio is having his issues with El Ojo, so do you think that's crazy to see El Grande and Rey team up versus Dom and Omos before Triple Mania?
No, I don't think it's crazy. I think
Okay.
it's definitely possible that we could see that. Maybe a crazy one would be Rey Mysterio's the special guest referee for Dom versus El Grande Americano.
Oh shit. See, that would be the stipulation right there that would make this match even bigger because that puts Rey Mysterio in a really tough spot. Do I call it
Absolutely.
down the middle, or do I call against my own son? Or do I? Oh man, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. I hope they do that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Where are you getting these ideas from, bro? That's what I
They
want to
just they
know.
just come to me, bro. They just come to me.
That's good. That's a good one. But yeah, that was the
Thanks.
opening segment. Anything else about that one that we
No,
missed?
no. It took us into the first match. I feel like honestly the only match of the night, but it was for the AAA Cruiserweight Championship between Noisy Boy versus Rey Fénix.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, Rey Fénix picked up the victory, retained that AAA Cruiserweight Championship. And then let's just talk about the match real quick. The
Mm-hmm.
match was great. Noisy Boy had some really good moments, definitely showcasing his talents. Thought that was cool. After the match, though, Penta showed up, and we saw a little kind of teaser
Mm-hmm.
for the Lucha Bros, and I thought that was cool.
Yeah, even before the show too, before the show started, where they do the walk-ins, the Ray and Penta were walking together, and then we saw them together for a split second after this match. So yeah, they're starting to tease the Lucha Bros more and more. And we'll talk more about Penta later on, but yeah, one of the big questions when it comes to this match is why did Noisy Boy get a title shot if he lost? Who did he lose to last week?
To Jack Cartwheel.
Oh, that's right, our good friend Jack. Would have been cool if he got this spot, but they went with Noisy Boy. I wonder if it was because I know Jack Cartwheel, he's gonna be in El Grove tonight. So I wonder if that was just like a scheduling issue or something. Maybe Jack Cartwheel wasn't gonna be in Mexico yesterday, obviously. Well, no, he
Nah.
could have just he could have just flown really quick,
Yeah.
the next day or whatever, right?
I think they just want to have someone that they could easily take out and not so much of a threat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming they obviously want to push Noisy Boy at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it didn't make sense to me. I don't know. Jack Hartwell defeated Noisy Boy, and then we didn't see Jack Hartwell in the Cruiserweight Championship match.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so good for Noisy Boy though.
Yeah, I wonder if we could see Jack Cartwheel in that cruiserweight title division. That would be cool.
He was already in the Cruiserweight title scene before he got injured.
Okay, okay. Yeah, no, but this definitely felt like, yeah, let's just put this match together so we can have Ray Phoenix on the card and let's give him a win type thing. I don't think anyone really believed Noisy Boy actually had a shot here, but it is what it is.
No, but the fact that Ray Phoenix is a defending champion and also helping put eyes on other talent is a good thing. Um, didn't expect him to lose the title anyways, but it was cool to see a defending champion.
Yeah, for sure. It's always good to see Ray Phoenix on your TV, on your wrestling show. That's for damn sure.
So jumping
Um,
into Penta now.
yes, let's do it.
Penta comes out, has a promo, calls out Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. Says he's gonna win the whole tournament and he's gonna become world heavyweight champion in Mexico City. I'm excited for this match, man. It's already a dead giveaway, bro. Penta's gonna win the entire tournament, and he's gonna face Roman Reigns in Mexico City. That's what it's leading to. So let's just scrap this whole tournament. Just make Penta the number one contender already, and let's move on with this thing.
That's crazy because yeah, the tournament just started and Penta won his first match. He advances. There's still a few matches left, and he's already calling out Roman Reigns like he already won the thing. And it's just like, who else is doing that? Who else has the platform to do that? To just call out Roman Reigns of all people in Mexico in a AAA show. When I heard Penta say Roman Reigns, I was like, wow, this motherfucker's got balls. That's insane. I can't believe that in the year of 2026, a luchador in Mexico is cutting a promo on Roman Reigns. That's wild to me.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting to see. Quick predictions: Penta's not gonna win. As much as I love Penta, Roman is definitely gonna retain that title, but I think it'll be a good match.
Yeah,
It's also Penta's first world title match on the main roster, so you don't typically win your first one.
right, yeah. And I saw the comments that people have been leaving on your videos and stuff like that. No one believes if, like, we're already talking like Penta is actually going to win the tournament, but no one believes that Penta can beat Roman Reigns. Like, oh, even people were saying like, oh, who is this guy? Blah blah. You know who Penta is. Stop playing dumb. Um, I, I'm just starting to believe it because I think Penta does have a chance because he was the Intercontinental Champion. Yes, he lost to Chad Gable, but usually that's like the path that most top stars take. You know, they first like Shawn Michaels, first he was an Intercontinental Champion, then he became World Champion or WWE Champion. Gunther, same thing. Jey Uso, same thing. That's just history. Usually the Intercontinental Champion becomes World Champion at some point. So I think Penta, they have him on that same path as all those other stars. So in theory, it makes sense for Penta to dethrone Roman Reigns if you really think about it that way. But also at the same time, you just said it. It's his first title, world title shot for Penta. If he wins the tournament again, it hasn't been confirmed. But the way that they've been putting Penta over in the WWE, they want to make him a huge star. By beating Roman Reigns, you do that for Penta. Is it crazy to believe that Penta can beat Roman? Yes, but if he did, you have a huge star in Penta. What do you think?
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. This whole thing was just to bring eyes and attention to AAA, and that's exactly what it's doing. It's creating the buzz, it's creating the talk. People are watching AAA. People are watching the AAA stars on Raw. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do, and that's just hype up the AAA talent. And I'm all for it. I'm all for it. No matter who wins this tournament, they're not going to defeat Roman Reigns.
I'm just not going to convince you, huh? Well, I mean, if Penta, excuse me, my bad, I shouldn't mute that, but if Penta beats Roman Reigns, then you mentioned that they want to spotlight AAA and put more shine on AAA. By beating Roman Reigns, you do that because now Penta can show up with the world title in Mexico in AAA. We got this huge luchador from Mexico who was the WWE World Champion. And if we see Penta more in AAA with that title, that puts AAA over even more. No, not
Not right
happening.
now. It's not happening right now.
All right, fair.
Yeah, maybe down the line, but not right now. It took Penta a lot of tries to become IC champion, and he finally got it. And I think that's going to be the same story where he's going to try for the world title a couple times, but he'll eventually get it.
He got it. You're right, dude. I think you're right because it took it. I think it even took like Jey Uso and like Sami Zayn a long time to get it. So it makes sense for Penta. It also makes sense for him not to win it yet. He will one day, but I think there's a lot more Penta needs to do. I think some people could argue that. But that's not the only thing that happened here with Penta besides calling out Roman Reigns, right? What else happened here, Soto?
All right, before we get into this segment, I texted you right before, a few hours before, and I said, you know what's going to happen tonight is that Rey Fénix and Penta are going to end up creating some feud against Los Perros del Mal. And what happened? Los Perros del Mal showed up
Yeah.
and they approached Penta with open arms because Penta is a former member of Los Perros del Mal. But like they say, once a perro, always a perro. That's what Daga told me, and I'm sticking by that. They're offering open arms. They're saying that Penta, you can come back home and be with family because you need a family to take on Roman Reigns and his family if you win this tournament. But Penta didn't immediately say yes. He is kind of hesitant. Obviously, he had Rey Fénix in the back, his real family. So I don't know, man. I still think that this could lead to a potential Rey Fénix and Penta versus Los Perros del Mal.
Yeah, that could be possible for sure. I mean, a lot of things can happen here. Um, this thing with Los Perros del Mal even made me wonder Penta might not actually win this tournament because if things go sideways between Penta and Los Perros del Mal, Los Perros del Mal have been attacking everyone. Who's to say they wouldn't do the same to Penta during one of his qualifying matches? So again, we go back to we're already talking like Penta's gonna win this thing, but now you throw Perros del Mal in that mix. I mean, anything can happen, right? But yeah, you absolutely called this. As soon as they showed up, Penta hugs Daga and everyone else except for Bronco Nima and Carmen Petrovic, who are the newest members of Perros del Mal from NXT. And yeah, they explained the history that Penta has with Los Perros del Mal, and this was like a really nice blast from the past, a little reunion, if you want to call it that. Um, yeah, I wasn't sure what's gonna happen. I'm like, damn, are they gonna beat up Penta? And then is Rey Fénix gonna show up? But no, they embraced Penta. They gave him the shirt, and they want him back in the faction. I was like, damn it, bro, this is getting crazy. Do we want to talk about what happened at the end of the show, or should we save that for later?
We'll save it for the very end.
Okay.
I feel like if Penta did hypothetically rejoin, Los Perros del Mal, I feel like this would put him on like almost a Roman Reigns path, because Penta within Los Perros del Mal could be a different beast, right? He could be a complete heel, and just like he used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
And just I feel like he would dominate, bro. I feel like he would.
Yeah, but here's the thing. One of the things that Penta called out about Roman Reigns in his promo was that, hey, I've accomplished all these things in the WWE by myself. I didn't need a bloodline. I didn't need a family. I didn't need friends. I did everything on my own. And it's true. He didn't even have Rey Fénix, you know, with with him while he was doing all these things. And that's when Perros del Mal showed up, and that's when they pretty much offered Penta all of that. They're like, hey, if you go up against Roman Reigns, you're going to need a faction, you're going to need friends, you're going to need backup. Because you know how Roman Reigns is. He's got his family with him all the time. So, I mean, they kind of it kind of makes Penta sound like a hypocrite if he does join them after all, because he's over here claiming like, "Oh, I did everything on my own," So I don't think that would make sense for him to join Perros del Mal. But I mean, anything can happen, bro.
Absolutely. That's why I said it was a hypothetical, because I don't
Mm-hmm.
think it's gonna happen either.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for whatever happens, but
Okay.
we could even see if this doesn't lead to a match with Rey Fénix and Penta versus Los Perros del Mal at Triplemanía. We could even see Perros del Mal show up on Raw and
Yeah.
attack Penta, costing him the title shot.
Yeah, that would be huge because the other matches for the tournament are going to be in the main roster, right? The only
Yeah, the rest
match,
of them, well, as of right now, it could change because we don't know what tier 2 looks like right now.
yeah. I would love to see Los Perros and Mod show up on the main roster. I mean, we saw them show up on NXT, but it was only Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. But yeah, man, shit, if they showed up on Monday Night Raw, I would pop huge for that.
I mean, 80% of their roster is WWE guys, so you're only missing Daga. So if you can
Yeah.
get Daga to show up on Raw, you have, all of Los Perros.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's see that.
Yeah, I don't know. There's gonna be something. Either Daga and Los Perros screw over, Penta, or you know, yeah, no, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. Los Perros are definitely gonna screw over Penta in this whole feud, because I believe that since Roman Reigns has had the title, this current reign, his family hasn't helped him retain the title for
Mm-hmm.
any of his reigns. So I don't think his family has gotten involved in any of his matches. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they haven't.
Yeah,
And so
yeah, that's
it's
true.
not a matter of Los Perros del Mal being there. I think they're just. I think they're gonna cost Penta, bro.
Yeah, I mean that is one thing about this new title reign for Roman Reigns is that he wants to prove that he can do it on his own, right? He did it versus Seth Rollins. His last few matches, we haven't had any interferences or nothing like that. Um, But say that does happen. Say Los Perros del Mal, after it's all said and done, they screw over Penta in this tournament, and Penta doesn't actually win the tournament. Hypothetically, right? Who would you pick to win it if not Penta?
So I think Penta would still win, but they would screw over Penta during the main event against Roman Reigns, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But if I were to pick somebody else to win the tournament, I don't know, maybe Rey Fénix, but there's nobody else in the tournament that I could really take seriously.
Yeah, because other than Penta, we got La Parka, Dragon Lee, El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., Rey Fénix, and El Fiscal.
Yeah. The only person I could take serious would be Penta. But yeah, I think Los Perros del Mal would show up during the main event on Raw and attack Penta
Okay.
or cost him in some type of way. They could tease it, right? Because maybe the Bloodline doesn't show up for Raw, or maybe they don't even come out, and they could tease Los Perros del Mal are here. Oh, they're gonna help Roman Reigns win, and then we get a low blow or something happens to Penta, and then Roman Reigns retains.
Or it could be the other way around.
Yeah, it could be, but it's not.
Penta gets unsolicited help from Los Perros del Mal. They attack Roman, and Penta wins with the help of Los Perros del Mal. I mean, Monday Night Raw after Triplemanía is in Mexico, so
You might have to extend your stay, bro. You might have to extend your stay because this is gonna be a good time.
I can't. I already got the fucking plane tickets. I think. Yeah, I think I'm leaving Monday after that. The Monday after Triplemanía, unfortunately. But I'm gonna try to go to SmackDown. I'm gonna try to go to SmackDown at least. But yeah. Damn, this is gonna be wild though.
It's gonna be a fun weekend. I'm
Yeah.
glad we're both going. All right, well that takes us to the next part. Unless you have anything else to say.
Yeah, Penta all the way, bro. Penta is gonna be the new world champion. Sorry,
Everybody in
Roman.
the comments are gonna be laughing too, laughing at you.
Yeah, I know, but when
I
it
love
happens,
Penta,
when it
but he's
happens,
not gonna win.
yeah, we'll see, bro. I'm always right about these things. No, I'm kidding.
You're right like 25% of the time.
I'll take it.
All right, the next match was La Parka versus Psycho Clown in the number one contenders match for the chance to face Roman Reigns, which we were just talking about. Neither of these guys are going to win the thing. But we saw this mystery guy show up again
Yeah.
from last week, and we still haven't gotten any clarity officially on who this guy is who's been attacking Psycho Clown. I find it interesting that nobody from Psycho Circus has shown up for Psycho Clown.
That is true. Yeah, this guy just been he's just been showing up the last couple weeks and attacking Psycho Clown during his matches, all singles matches too. You know, like they I feel like they did that on purpose because if I'm sorry, Psycho Clown was in a tag team match, I don't think we would be getting these attacks. But yeah, the announcers they don't know this person's name. They don't know who he is. There is just like some mystery guy. Have they said if this is the guy that's been attacking the entire faction? No, huh? Yeah, I had a feeling that was gonna go down in this match.
You changed it last minute, remember? You went for Psycho Clown in the last minute. You originally were going for La Parca, and then you switched it to Psycho Clown.
Yeah. I wanted Psycho Clown to win because I want to see him in the main roster or see him advance. But yeah, we also talked about this possibility in La Parca winning because of this. I just wish we knew more about this mystery guy.
Absolutely, yeah. I want to know where he came from. What's he doing on AAA? Why Psycho Clown?
But yeah, what's his intentions? What's his motive? Yeah, because it just seems random. Like, I don't know. They better have a good excuse for this because, like, what the fuck? Like, this random guy that they've never met or seen before just starts beating them up for. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, that happened. Not surprised. Hopefully, we find out more next week or something.
Ultimately, La Parca ended up picking up the victory. Um, would you consider La Parka more of a heel, a tweener, or a baby face?
Nah, La Parca's a huge baby face.
I almost
Why?
consider him a tweener.
Why?
I think because of him and his girlfriend La Hierra. I think that's why, because she's a heel, and so
I didn't even know
I
they
don't
were
know.
dating.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but that's
they
that's off off storyline. Like in
they're always posting stuff together.
ah shit, I don't know then. But from what I've seen from La Parca, you know, dancing with the kids, he's super popular with the fans. He's a fan favorite. He wrestles like a baby face. Like he doesn't do anything heelish. So yeah.
All right, you're right. He's a baby face, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see for people who don't watch AAA and who don't really know Lucha Libre for when Penta goes up against La Parca because they have similar, gear.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just talking about just the casual people who don't really watch it, don't really know it. The moms and dads taking the kids to a wrestling show and they don't know anybody there. I think it'll be an interesting perspective.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting, and also like La Parca is known like he's a like classic name in lucha libre, right? Goes back so many years, right? But the thing about La Parca is this character you don't have to necessarily be familiar with them to actually like them because of the the mask and the gimmick and the dance that he does. A lot of people just gravitate to him. So this type of character in the main roster with the casual fans, I think it's going to do great. I think the
Yeah,
people are going to really like him, especially the kids. But it is going to be interesting because Laredo Kid was a he's a heel right now in AAA, but in the main roster when he wrestled Penta, he was getting booed, and
yeah.
I'm like, are they booing Laredo Kid because they know he's a heel? But then that would mean that they would be watching AAA, which I doubt, or are they just booing Laredo Kid because they love Penta,
I think that's it.
right? So that could happen too with La Parca, or maybe not.
I think with his entrance though, where he's all like happy and dancing around and like going up to the kids, I don't think he'll get booed.
Yeah, see, there you go. That
Yeah.
right there. Um, that's the big difference because I don't even think they aired Laredo Kid's entrance, and if they
No, they
did,
didn't. I was looking forward to it too.
yeah. But I bet you they're gonna air La
La Parca.
Parca's entrance. I'm willing to
Yeah,
bet. Yeah.
most definitely. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't know when they're gonna wrestle. Probably next week, if I were to assume. But yeah, we'll see what
Not
happens.
tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. No, no, tomorrow is El Fiscal versus Rey Fénix and Dragon Lee versus El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr.
Both of them are gonna be tomorrow. Oh,
Both of them.
nice. That's what's
Yeah,
up. That's gonna be cool.
yeah, good wrestling show. Well, after that, we ended up going backstage again
Hmm.
to Los Perros del Mal and Penta, where somehow he had his makeup already removed when it was only like 14 minutes after their segment. So Penta cleans up very fast. Um, but anyways, they were asking him, well, are you gonna come and rejoin the family or what?
Hmm.
And Penta threw out this proposition, or was it Penta, or was it no? Bronco Nima stepped up.
Yeah. So basically, what happened is at the beginning of the show, when Los Perros del Mal showed up, they gave Penta an ultimatum. They're like, "Hey, join us, but you have until the end of the night to give us an answer." So Penta tells Los Perros del Mal at the end of the night, he's like, "Well, before I can join you guys again, I want to make sure that everyone here is deserving to wear this shirt," which, you know, Bronco Nima took it personally. He thought that Penta was talking about him because he's the new guy in the group, right? Bronco Nima, this young guy from NXT, steps up to Penta, which I thought was crazy. And this was my favorite part of the entire show because you have Penta calling out Roman Reigns in one segment, and then in another segment, you have this guy from NXT stepping up to Penta. And I'm thinking, man, like that is huge for Bronco Nima to be put like in the same, I guess, in the same level as someone like Penta. Bronco Nima towers over Penta, and he tells him, "Hey, how about me and you fight?" I think he said next week, right?
Yeah.
So Bronco Nima challenged Penta, and if Bronco Nima beats Penta, then Penta has to join Los Perros del Mal. I believe that's what was the stipulation, right?
Yeah.
Huge, bro. I thought, wow, that's the WWE, man. I feel like they're doing amazing job in trying to create new stars. Like we're seeing it with Penta, the thing with Roman. You know, Penta is helping out. Obviously, the younger guys, he's going to face Bronco Nima. That's going to be huge for him. And everything else, man. Like everything else they've been doing. It's really exciting, bro. Especially for people like I watch NXT as well to see Bronco Nima get an opportunity like this. It's fucking great, bro. I loved it.
I think it was cool to see Bronco Nima step up and then speak Spanish for his entire promo. That shocked me. I didn't know that he could like cut a promo like that.
Hmm.
Solid promo, made me believe it. And he told Penta, "When I beat you, you're gonna join us and you're gonna raise my hand."
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it kind of makes me wonder like they must have big plans for Bronco Nima to put him in this spot. You know, everything that he does on NXT, he's a great wrestler, but yeah, you're right. He Bronco Nima is bilingual. I think he's Mexican if I'm not mistaken. So he can cut the promos in Spanish and in English, you know. This kid is really good and I think we're going to see him grow a lot. Um, this is just the beginning for him. So it's going to be cool to see like where Bronco Nima goes and from now to like the next few years because I mean he's a guy that has it all. He has size, he has you know ability. He can cut a promo. You know he looks great. I mean this kid. I think he's a huge future star. I think that's just me.
Yeah, man, such a good ending to a great show. Solid AAA show from beginning to end. If you haven't seen it already, go watch it. It's on YouTube. It's free. 1 hour long. Not even 1 hour. You could fast forward through it. That thing in probably like 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, dude. It was a great show, man. This whole week, I feel like the shows are really good. We talked about NXT. I liked NXT better than Raw this week. Friday Night SmackDown wasn't bad. It was pretty good for the most part, if I remember
We had two
correctly.
title changes. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah. So this week, I thought it was a great week for WWE.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Well, do you have anything else on AAA that you want to say?
Um, yeah, I can't wait for next week. Is next week pre-recorded already? Okay.
Yeah, so be careful what you see.
Yeah, stay off the internet, and we'll see what happens next
Tomorrow.
week. Or yeah, tomorrow as well. Do okay? So do we have the card for next week AAA?
No, not entirely.
Okay,
As of right now, we only know Bronco Nima versus Penta.
okay.
And then I would assume something with Dom or Grande Americano, considering they were there last night. They probably did some sort of recording for next week, some sort of promo or something.
So let's wait a few days to see what else gets announced, and then maybe we can meet up, and then we can preview that if you like.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we didn't get any announcements from Ray.
No announcements. Shout out to Young Nitro though. Says not a great week for Dom though.
I mean, Dom still looks tough in AAA more than WWE on
Yeah,
Raw.
I think people are still upset that he lost, that Dom lost to Dragon Lee last week on Monday, but and then he gets beat up by the Grande Americano. Yeah, Dom is busy. He's a busy boy. But yeah, dude. Other than that, yeah, we'll see what happens next week. Hopefully, we have another good week of wrestling like we did this week, right?
I think it'll be a good week
Yeah.
for sure. Well, we are less than 1 month away from Triplemanía. Both Edgar and myself will be in Mexico City attending Triplemanía. We're both looking forward to it. I don't have anything else for this episode, so make sure to follow Edgar from Snug Wrestling as well as myself, Soto619. Appreciate you guys for being here. And yeah, Edgar.
Yeah, bro. Thanks for the invite, bro. I'll see you later.
I'll see you on the next one. Later.